This is Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty Condensed. But first, let's do a recap. You are V, a mercenary who's aspiring to be a legend in Night City, aka the worst place to live in America. You took on a high-stakes mission of stealing a biochip from Arasaka, a powerful mega corporation. After getting the biochip, things go south real quick. The CEO of Arasaka was murdered by his son, and you got caught in the middle of this storm simply by being in the same room. But you did manage to make a getaway. To make sure it was kept safe, your best friend Jackie inserted the biochip into your head before he died. You drop by to see the fixer that organized the heist, and he's not exactly thrilled about the situation. In a bid to save his own skin, he decides to cut you loose.
Dex! What the
No blaze of glory for me.
But you somehow survived, thanks to the biochip repairing the damage to your brain. Turns out, the biochip contains the personality construct of Johnny Silverhand, a rocker boy with a strong grudge against Arasaka. The biochip will slowly overwrite your mind and replace it with Johnny Silverhand's digitized consciousness.
The biochip. It's basically a bomb. Fuse lit already.
You've been chasing all sorts of leads, hoping for some kind of cure, but it's been nothing but letdown so far. Now that we're all caught up, let's begin the story of Phantom Liberty. Out of the blue, you get a call from someone named So-Mi, aka Songbird.
I know who you are. Know your situation, your problem. And I can save your life.
She says to meet up at the main gate of Dogtown, a walled-off district in Night City. When you arrive, you get hit with an intense relic malfunction.
You're gonna be okay. Breathe deep. Count to 10. Recite a mantra.
Songbird made contact with you using your biochip. She's not actually there in the flesh. It would be bad for both Johnny and Songbird to be present on the biochip, so Johnny is sent away for the time being.
Gotta cut you off. For your safety. Easy.
She's currently on board a plane, sitting right across from the President of the new United States of America. The plane's going to make an unplanned landing into Dogtown, so your job is to protect the President and take her to safety. Songbird guides you through an underground garage, where you make your way into Dogtown's black market. Upon reaching the roof and spotting the plane, hits the fan real quick.
Songbird! You have to... Songbird!
Rushing to the crash site, you find the plane with no survivors inside, at least not right away.
Not one move!
Rosalind Myers, you're looking at the solution to your current problems. Name's V.
After fending off the attackers, you take President Myers to the closest safe spot. To avoid being traced, Myers asks you to cut out the tracker from her neck. You and Myers sneak through enemy territory and eventually find yourselves at an old Militech museum. It's not long till enemy forces show up, so Songbird activates a mechanized war robot, the Chimera. The Chimera does a good job wiping out the enemy soldiers, but Songbird quickly loses control. So it's up to you and Myers to take down this giant, out-of-control mechanical beast.
Give it a 10! Rusting piss, shitbot!
After the Chimera is dealt with, you try to hit up Songbird, but she's gone dark. With Songbird gone, Johnny's back in the saddle.
Great to see you again, Johnny.
Curb the enthusiasm, kid. Never know. Could need me.
You lead Myers out of the tunnels and find shelter in some dingy hideout. Myers changes to a more modest attire, and the two of you tune into a radio interview featuring Kurt Hansen, the de facto leader of Dogtown.
An attempt on the life of the head of the NUSA? What transpired in Dogtown is no trivial matter.
Soon enough, two random scavengers stumble into the hideout, so you and Myers confront them. You have a choice in handling the situation. It could escalate into a shootout, or you can negotiate to reach a truce. Whatever the case, after dealing with the scavs, you call it a night and meet up with Myers the next morning. Songbird's MIA, so Myers decides to bring in a sleeper agent, a man by the name Solomon Reed. You will need to discreetly contact and meet up with him, so Myers gives you a coin and officially makes you a special agent. You can choose to take the oath to serve the NUSA,
IV do hereby solemnly swear.
or just turn it down.
Yeah, no, let's skip the formal thing.
Taking the oath or not, it really doesn't make a huge difference. You'll receive the coin either way, and Johnny will have some choice words for you.
You were just chewing out.
So you head to the old comms channel that Myers mentioned and find an old telephone, which you use to contact Reed.
Andrew Jackson, basketball court. Daytime. Noted.
When you get to the basketball court, you wait for a while and Reed greets you with a gun pressed against your belly. After reassuring him that you were sent by Myers, you meet up with him in his van.
Apologies for the precautions. It's time we paid our friend in distress a visit.
There's a few hindrances in the way, but you make it to the hideout and join Myers. Reed arranges a safe transport for Myers, and after a few days, her arrival in Washington is confirmed. You're told to head to a bar to meet Alex, Reed's former team member. You mingle with the bartender once you get there, but she's not too thrilled about Reed when he shows up.
Oh, hell no.
The bartender kicks everyone out and deactivates her disguise, revealing herself to be Alex. Alex blames Reed for a failed mission, which forced her to go undercover for 7 years in Dogtown. She's not ready to face Reed just yet, so she goes out to take a smoke to calm down. You decide to step out and chat with her, hoping she'll jump on board. After breaking down the situation, Alex agrees to help find Songbird as long as she gets to kick back and retire afterwards. Back inside, the three of you hash out a game plan, which involves paying a visit to a netrunner named Slider. Slider practically lives in cyberspace 24/7, so he's your best bet for tracking down Songbird. So you and Reed decide to pay a visit to the Voodoo Boys hideout where Slider's holed up in. If you're on good terms with the Voodoo Boys, they'll let you waltz right in. Otherwise, you might have to bust your way in. Regardless of your approach, you'll come face to face with Slider, who's blind and crippled.
I am called many things. Wilkie Laguerre, the blind fury of the cyberspace, a thorn in the NUSA's fat ass.
Slider's not all that excited about helping out, but he's kinda stuck, so he starts by checking out that biochip in her head. Since Songbird contacted you through your biochip, Slider will be able to find out how she did so. But when he does, he's not happy with what he discovers.
You out of your mind coming to me with this shit?
Apparently, Songbird went through the black wall to contact you. Given that the black wall is a barrier that shields rogue AIs from the rest of cyberspace, what Songbird did was extremely reckless.
To the AIs, past the black wall, you are no more than a cockroach, a rabbit.
While Slider would rather not push any further, Reed forces him to continue. In between mere seconds within real time, you manage to briefly connect with Songbird. She says that she was captured by Hansen. With an upcoming party hosted by Hansen, she urges you to come along with Reed. The connection gets severed and Slider gets short-circuited, which kills him instantly. But at least we've got a lead now. Hansen's shindig is going down at Black Sapphire, the upscale hotel that's become his own fortress. Neither you nor Reed are on the guest list, so it's time to hit up Mr. Hands, someone that can help you get in. Mr. Hands is grateful for your role in solidifying his position in Dogtown, and he's ready to return the favor. You head inside an upscale club and come face to face with him, which is a rather rare occurrence considering he almost never shows his face to anyone, even his clients.
What you completed for me significantly shifted the playing field vis-a-vis Hansen.
After providing the deets on infiltrating the Black Sapphire, Mr. Hand sends you on your merry way. Just as you reach the bar to see Reed, you're struck by yet another relic malfunction.
Starting to get used to it.
This the relic?
You explain the whole biochip ordeal, and he opens up about a similar experience on his end.
I should be saying they tried to kill me, but sometimes it feels like they actually succeeded.
7 years back, his fellow FIA agents betrayed him, trading his life for the sake of a ceasefire. He reveals that Songbird was the one that figuratively pulled the trigger on him.
Songbird was still here, in this very room in fact. He was guiding me on comms, led me straight into a trap.
Anyway, Alex shows up to the party, so it's time to get down to business. To infiltrate the Black Sapphire, you must swim through the flooded tunnels. Once you're inside, you will disable the cameras, giving Reed the chance to slip in. Before crashing into the party, you'll both have to navigate through some heavy security. With the plan all mapped out and your gear ready, the mission is ready to go. After getting through the tunnels, you help Reed sneak past the guards. You secure Sniper's nest at just the right spot to provide Reed the cover he needs. Once he gets past security, you join up with him and find a place to change into more formal attire. You arrive at the party, but Songbird is nowhere in sight, so Reed suggests to lay low and act natural until she tips her hand. With some time to kill, you sip on a few drinks and enjoy the party until Songbird drops a text, revealing she's hanging out at the mezzanine.
V, it's good you're here.
Dress looks good on you.
Thank you. That was the surprising bit, I'm sure.
As you chat, the atmosphere turns a bit tense when Reed pops in.
I know what they made you do. They pushed and pushed, and I wasn't there to stop it.
So, Songbird drops a bombshell. She's actually dying because of something she caught from the black wall. But apparently, Hansen has something that can cure the both of you. In the midst of this conversation, Kurt Hansen himself decides to butt in.
It's not often I'm simply not familiar with guests attending my own party.
Before Songbird takes off with Hansen, she gives you a quick tap, re-establishing her link with you. No. Reed leaves shortly after, giving you and Songbird a moment to talk alone. She asks for your help to steal the Neural Matrix, special tech that incorporates AIs from beyond the Black Wall. The plan is to take the access codes and use them to take the Matrix data from Hansen's mainframe. Once that discussion's all wrapped up, you head downstairs to join Reed at the bar. Putting the pieces together, he's figured out that Songbird was behind the attempt on President Myers' life. According to Reed, Songbird's already made a deal with Hansen, trading the President's life for the Neural Matrix. It's possible that Songbird is playing everyone, including you, to further her own agenda. There's no choice but to play along for now, so the current goal is to get the behavioral scans of the Castle twins, the ones holding the access codes. You go over to the roulette table where the twins are playing and join in on their game.
Aurore Cassel, and that boy is my brother, Emmerich.
To ensure their behavioral scans are accurate, you need to make the twins open up to you. Aurora is more talkative and even a bit flirty with you, but Emmerich is closed off and a bit tougher to crack. In a bold move to incite a reaction from them, you choose to go all in the roulette game. Be it a win or loss, either way, the behavioral scans are finished and Hansen confronts you shortly after. He somehow found out that Reed is an FIA agent and figured you're working together, yet he allows you the chance to leave the building unharmed. Before Hansen leaves, he tells you to relay a simple message to President Myers. Songbird belongs to him, and Myers should leave them be, unless she wants her dirty secret spilled. You join up with Reed downstairs, and you can just simply stroll on out without any trouble, or take a more aggressive route if you're not too keen on being pushed around. You regroup with Alex and Reed at their hideout, and they brief you on the mission ahead. The Castle twins are planning to sell the access codes to Hansen, so the twins must be taken out of the equation, and after that, you and Alex will meet up with Hansen while posing as the twins. During the exchange with Hansen, you'll be able to get your hands on the mainframe with the Neural Matrix. Reed and Alex will then be given an opening to eliminate Hansen. The meeting's a wrap, and sometime later, Songbird asks to meet up in private. Not in person, obviously, but anyway, you and Songbird have a heart-to-heart for a bit. Eventually, you decide to just straight up accuse her of plotting against President Myers.
Attack on Myers. You schemed it up with Hansen, I know that.
She doesn't deny it, she thought she could play both sides. Songbird also tells you about her condition, the consequence of going past the Black Wall.
Sometimes I lose control. Or get the sense I'm surrendering to someone else. But it feels horrible.
She's relying on you to help her escape so that her condition doesn't worsen. Her plan is to go through with Reed's mission up until you get the Neural Matrix and then help her skip town. She knows a few Rippers that can use the Matrix to cure both you and her. Following her plan would make you enemies with Reed and the NUSA, so you've got a difficult choice to make ahead. Anyway, to prepare for the upcoming mission, you head into a clinic where Reed introduces you to a Ripper doc he's friends with. Under the Ripper doc's skilled hands, you undergo a procedure to have a facial morph implant installed, granting the ability to morph into one of the Castle twins. The next move is to intercept the twins' car, so you make yourself comfy inside their trunk while they're off somewhere else. Once they get back inside the car, you can't choose to eavesdrop on their conversation, but you'll have to override the vehicle controls sooner or later.
Back in the car now.
La voiture. Quelqu'un en a pris le contrôle.
Emmerich, sonne l'alarme! On a besoin d'aide! Je vais localiser le vecteur.
After you gain control of the car, you drive them to the rendezvous point where Reed and Alex ruthlessly execute them.
Oh, no, no!
Whoa. What the f***?
You extract the access codes from the twins, change into their clothing, and activate the facial morph, transforming into one of the twins.
Hang on, that's me? What the hell?
Having gathered a few pieces of the twins' background, you boldly stride into Hansen's base, ensuring you stay in character. You come face to face with Hansen, and as long as you say the right things, you will manage to fool him. Following a bit of chatting, Songbird shows up, so it's time for you to feed the access codes to the mainframe.
Okay, your turn. It's ready for the access codes.
Now we've reached the part of the story where it can take two different directions. Songbird wants to grab the Neural Matrix and run away from Reed and the NUSA. But Reed wants you to subdue Songbird and take her into custody, after which you'll figure out how to help her. So let's see what happens if you side with Songbird first. Songbird primes the defense systems to turn on Hansen's forces, giving Alex a chance to take down Hansen. It doesn't take long for Alex to realize that you aren't following through with Reed's plan. With Songbird's help, you escape the secured area and then split up with her for the time being. Sometime later, Reed gives you a call, stating that your recent actions have officially made you an enemy at the NUSA. You meet up with Songbird in a van, and she's looking a bit worse for wear.
Is hard to breathe.
She tells you about a flight that's all set to fly to the moon. There's supposed to be a special clinic there that can save the both of you. So the two of you arrive at Night City Spaceport/airport and you go through the main entrance alone. The goal is to go through the terminal and quietly get Songbird inside without drawing attention. Upon reaching the roof of a construction site, you pull Songbird up using a fire hose.
No! Too f***ing close. V, what's with you?
Just tired. Your chromed ass weighs a bit.
I'm sorry.
As the two of you quietly move through concealed passageways, you see that Reed and President Myers have caught up and are on the hunt.
I authorize you to take any and all necessary action. Just try not to shoot her in the head.
Might have expected as much.
Back at the main hall, a firefight has broken loose between the NUSA forces and the spaceport security. You end up having to fight your way through to reach the control tower. From there, you call in a train that can take you to the rocket. While waiting for the train, the battle against the NUSA soldiers becomes too much to handle. So, Songbird breaches the black wall once again, harnessing a dangerous source of power. You help her to the train, unleashing the black wall on any unlucky souls in her path. Once you're both on board, Songbird confesses that she hasn't been totally honest with you.
Neural Matrix V can only be used once.
Once?
Put simply, she's been using you this whole time, fully aware that only she would get the cure. Now you face a choice: should you contact Reed to turn her in, or commit to helping Songbird? If you decide to turn her in, you will make a deal with Reed. He's willing to help with her biochip problem in exchange for your cooperation. Reed shows up to collect Songbird and they depart in an aircraft. After a day or two, you meet up with Reed.
We might have just missed each other. Maybe I was hoping for that.
He's headed back to Washington and says that Songbird is alive and recovering, albeit slowly. Reed promises to hold his end of the bargain and heads out. So this route in the story does lead to a whole new ending in the base game, but we'll get to that later. Let's rewind back to the train with Songbird and see what happens if you follow through with her plan.
Come on, time to go.
You carry Songbird to the shuttle, but Reed pops in to stop you. In a final plea, he demands you to surrender Songbird over to him, but if you're quick enough, you can draw your gun and take him out.
I'm sorry, man.
You place Songbird into the shuttle and go back to the deck, watching as the rocket takes off. The next morning, you have a chat with Johnny, mulling over what happened. Despite everything you've been through, you're back to square one, or perhaps even in a rougher spot. You're still fighting against your impending doom, and you've earned a spot on the government's naughty list. So yeah, tough shit. The base story continues as normal, so let's go back to the moment where you choose who to side with, Songbird or Reed. If you choose to go with Reed and try to subdue Songbird, she quickly realizes that you've turned on her.
Really expected this to work?
So me. You don't know what you're doing.
Oh, but I do know me. Doing what I have to survive.
Songbird taps into the black wall and draws its power, walking a fine line towards cyberpsychosis. Although you betrayed her, she decides to spare you and makes her exit. As you shoot your way out of the stadium, Hansen and his goons get in your way. The guy puts up quite a fight, but you ultimately overpower him, leaving you the choice to let him live or finish him off.
Finish him!
Dogtown Alpha Hound my ass.
You join up with Reed and make a narrow escape. It doesn't take long for you and Reed to catch up and spot Songbird from a distance, who's just been captured by MaxTac. MaxTac is an elite cyber squad that deals with dangerous cyber psychos on the daily, so taking Songbird back from them won't be easy. You round up a small team of Reed and prep for an ambush on the convoy transporting Songbird. Once the police escort squad is out of the way, it's time to face the big dogs themselves, MaxTac.
Who the f*** are you? Cyberpunk!
Against overwhelming odds, you somehow pull through and take him out, after which Songbird stuns you to make her getaway. Reed's injured, so you gotta find Songbird on your own. By following the trail of breadcrumbs left by the black wall, you're able to track her down into an old underground facility. You connect Reed to the facility's systems, and he finds out that Songbird's trying to permalink to the black wall. Songbird suddenly severs her link with Reed, and it's clear she's getting cozy with the dark side.
The black wall is... it's help. It helps me understand everything.
Venturing deeper into the facility, Songbird cuts off Johnny also, leaving you completely alone. While finding a way through, Songbird awakens something you won't be too thrilled to see following you. As you navigate through the facility while evading the AI demon bot, you start to see random snippets of Songbird's past.
Learn, be useful, resourceful. Reed will see to that.
What have you gotten me into?
Nothing you'll regret. Besides, I'll be right beside you. Always. I promise.
Upon reaching the core of the facility, Songbird asks you to shut it down. And of course, they're not going to make it easy, so there's a couple terminals to breach and a few fuse boxes to blow. When you return to the core control room, the AI demon bot gets a hold of you. And then out of nowhere, you get transported into some kind of memory pocket dimension inside Songbird's head, right in her old apartment in Brooklyn.
Guys, this... How'd you know? Better come true than a fucking horoscope.
What is this? Where are we?
Songbird reflects on her past and regrets what it has all led to. Her mind is fractured and the last of her core memories are being consumed by the black wall. Songbird asks for your help one last time, so you're thrust back into reality and you confront her inside the core. She can't fight back anymore, so she asks you to end her life.
Please. End it.
The choice you make here will change the ending. If you agree to put her out of her misery, Reed will show up shortly after and he's obviously pretty distraught.
We're too late, aren't we?
Fast forward a bit later, and there you are, in a car with Reed, with Songbird's lifeless body chilling in the back. Reed's not at all happy with her choice to kill Songbird, believing he could have persuaded her to live. You make it past the border crossing and lay Songbird down on a stretcher, and the NUSA come to whisk her away. President Myers expresses her disappointment with you and then goes on her merry way.
If you fail to deliver your end of the bargain, why should we deliver ours?
After Reed shares his regrets about Songbird, the two of you part ways. A few days later, Reed asks to meet up at the basketball court where you first met.
First met right on this court. That why we're here? To say goodbye?
He's come to terms and admits you made the right call by offing Songbird. He's lost friends and his reputation dipped, but he's trying to see that maybe it was for the best. Reed says he's returning to Washington, back to having a boring old desk job, so you bid him farewell. The game continues on with the base story, so let's rewind and see what happens if you decide not to kill Songbird. She begs for you to kill her, but you try to convince her that there's a different way.
Even if the FIA fails, you'll find another way. Don't give up. Not like this.
When Reed shows up, you help him carry Songbird out. A good chunk of the following scenes are the same as from the other ending, except when President Meyer shows up, she's very pleased with her success and offers a medal to you.
Didn't expect this.
Thank you, V, for your aid. I won't forget this.
Once you and Reed are left alone, he tells you that Songbird was given that very same medal and she just passed it on to some random homeless man. After reminiscing for a bit, Reed thanks you and leaves. Later, you meet up with Reed at the basketball court where he gives you a quick update. Songbird is slowly recovering and Reed himself has become a talent scout for new recruits.
Take care, Reed.
I'll drop you a signal once our neurosurgeons are set.
Anyway, it's time to get to the ending that presents an entirely new conclusion to the main story. A few days pass and Reed hits you up, saying the surgeons are all set to fix your biochip problem. There's one catch though, the procedure would completely erase Johnny from existence. Once you get to the roof to await the transport, Johnny pleads for you to look for another way. If you decide to go through with it, Johnny doesn't make a huge fuss, but he's obviously bothered. I mean, who wouldn't be?
Just need a moment to think.
The transport arrives, and so you step into the aircraft. Johnny's happy that you get to live, and he doesn't have any hard feelings about your decision. The doctor puts you under, and as you lose consciousness, Johnny bids his final farewell.
Good night, Valerie. Today was a good day.
After being out of it for a while, you wake up and see Reed. He's got some bad news. The surgery did go well, but there's one huge drawback.
Your neurons can no longer handle most implants. Chrome.
And you're hit with another curveball. You've been out for a whole 2 years. Reed offers you a job where he works at, but you're not ready to have a quiet life. Not yet anyway. So you're left alone and you make a few calls to your friends. They've all seemed to have moved on with their lives. River has gone crooked, Judy's in Pittsburgh and is getting married, Carrie has concerts lined up for months, and Pan Am? Well, she's just straight up ghosting you. But at least you still got a friend in Victor, who agrees to check up on you when you return.
They overlooked something. I just know it. Come see me, V.
You head back to Night City, which for better or worse, has remained the same. At his clinic, Victor checks your biomonitor and confirms your worst fear. Your brain can't handle cyberware anymore. You leave the clinic and a pair of thugs try to shake you down for some money. You're utterly defenseless, so they easily knock you down. Booyah! When you come to, you see a familiar face.
Misty? Easy now. Are you in one piece?
Misty's making the move to Poland, so you see her off and say your goodbyes.
So, till we meet again, I guess.
Hope so.
And so the story comes to a close as you walk away into the streets, becoming just another face in Night City. And that's it. That was Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty Condensed. Thanks for watching, Chooms.